feel quite good after that long walk and having a relax back in the room. It's quite euphoric, looking forward to having some greens at this vegetarian place. Now I know where it is. It really is an obscure location, which will become obvious to you as I approach it. It's only a block away, so it's very close. I'll be interested to see what the prices are like too, if they're actually any cheaper than the one I just went to. I think, look, this is an expensive part of town. It's a very tourist orientated part of town. Whereas I think where I'm moving to is going to be less so. There's quite a few tourists around, but it's still a bit further from the centre, so I think it'll be a bit better value. That's my anticipation anyway. Certainly I know one place is quite good value because I've been there before. They had those northern Vietnamese, what would you call them? It's sort of like a very soft. There isn't a term for it. I can't remember. I can put it up on the screen. But anyway, that place is quite reasonably priced. So, and I passed by the, I'm pretty sure it's the Bang Mi place, and there was a crowd of people lined up at around, I think it was about 4:30 in the afternoon. I think they opened about 4, and there was a whole group. But it'll also be good just to try this vegetarian joint. I'm just proud I found the place. It's so hidden away in such a dingy sort of laneway. Again, you'll see it yourself. There's the ATM that's for my bank. There we go. Now I defy you to figure out where this place is. It's just here, and it is one of the most uninviting entrances you could imagine for a restaurant. And this is it here. Now just looking down here, I wouldn't even thought there's any places at all here, but this is actually how you get to this veggie joint along here. Not exactly saying welcome, is it? But it is here. I've checked it out earlier. There you go. This is the place here. Apparently it's quite large. Okay. Great anticipation. Yeah, this is quite nice. This is the little outdoor area. It's quite cute. It's indoors. It's not a bad night. It's quite mild. And they gave me a drink of this. Price-wise, what I'm getting is just the same as I had the other day, which is the spinach, and it's about the same. It's actually 5,000 less, but it's the same sort of ballpark. But at least they give you a drink, so that's quite nice. And it is probably a nicer place to have a meal. It's a nice little spot. They said in the reviews it's got lots of greenery and what have you. But I think it just goes to show that this area is an expensive area. They've got to pay higher rents, I guess, and just the way it is business. The table next to me is booked out apparently, so this is quite nice here. I won't be here long anyway, so. But yeah, anyway, it's very close, and yeah, let's see what the food's like. Apparently the portions are big, so it should be good. Anyway, I'll get stuck into this tea. Yeah, I said that it was generous proportions. That's a big plate of greens. It's very good. That would almost be twice as much as what I got at the other place. So on the basis of the size of the serves, this is very good value actually. That'll be the last time I'll be heading towards number 5 bar from this direction for some time, because I'll be over that side of the city as of tomorrow at 2 o'clock. I contacted my host for the next place, the Dot's house, and she got back to me. She's pretty good that way. I use the WhatsApp app, which seems to work really well. And so that's all sorted out. I'm just going to try to get some type of of jerky that this one of the girls there really likes. It's a sort of a not a stringy type jerky, but one that's actually thin slices, big thin slices. She prefers that. So I'll give it a go. I'll try it. I don't care. If I can find it, that's the question. She's written it down, so at least I'll just pass that on to the shop owner, and hopefully they've got it in stock. See how it goes. Oh, it's weird today. I had to go upstairs to the manager just to clarify. Well, I clarified I can do a late checkout, and I also clarified that with the vouchers he gave me, he gave one a breakfast voucher for the first day I was there when I got there, and that was at night, so of course I couldn't use it. So he changed the date on it, but he used whiteout to change the date. I couldn't see it being the blind bastard I am, so I put my finger on the voucher card and I got all this whiteout on my fingers, and I almost walked on a pet rabbit, believe it or not. They have a pet rabbit up at that bar, little coffee bar on the 5th floor. So it was very tame. I petted it, I gave it a pat, and it was quite happy to be patted. So, only a little one, but it's quite cute. So let's expect the unexpected in Vietnam, pet rabbits. So there you go. So that's all sorted out. Another thing I did today I'm very happy with, and I've been putting this off for ages for absolutely no apparent reason. And years ago I joined this online self-critiquing short story group called Critters. It's run in the States. It's been going for about 25 years apparently. But I was active in it for about 15 years ago, but I rejoined this year. What you need to do is actually put you need to critique other people's work. I think you have to do it, it's a ratio of 10 to 1. So you got to critique 10 other people's stories, and you can submit one of your own that can be also critiqued by the people there. So I finally got round to doing that today. So I read someone's story, the time travel story. I'm a bit into sci-fi. So it was a sci-fi based thing, a bit of geopolitical stuff, World War II leaders, Stalin and Hitler and Mao. So it's all sort of stuff I'm interested in. But you know, I had my criticisms, of course. You don't expect these things to be perfectly polished because people are trying to get better at their craft. But yeah, I wrote about 3 paragraphs of critique for it, so I hope it's useful to the guy who wrote it. But yeah, it had some tourist time traveller who actually who wanted to get selfies with all the despotic leaders from that era. So it's a pretty bizarre plot, and of course he changed. No, I won't go into all the details of the plot, but it was a pretty weird plot. But you know, so what's new? It's sci-fi. But anyway, so it was just good to get it done because, you know, I'll get round to writing one myself. I've got stacks of time and I want to do something more productive, and I wouldn't mind doing, you know, I need to get the YouTube's a good creative outlet, but I prefer to actually do some pure writing, get back into it. It's years ago since I've actually written anything, so it's about time I got back into writing a bit of fiction. Looking forward to it. So we'll see how it all goes. But yeah, I'm glad I took the plunge anyway. So I started the ball rolling, and now I'll just keep the momentum up, and I should be able to get enough critiques in the next week or so I can actually put my own work in. But I do have to write my own story, mind you, so I've got to do that as well. So I haven't even started that. But shouldn't take me long. I never had writer's block, never had to worry about that. I've had that luxury. Anyway, off to the barn, hopefully get that jerky beef. It's funny because I didn't. That was a long time ago I last bought beef jerky, but this bar girl seemed to remember me buying it. So I didn't. I thought she hadn't been there that long, but who knows? So many faces you see at that place. It's oh well. Anyway, look, I'm probably chancing myself here with number 5 bar because I had a good time last time. I probably had a dud night in that tonight. That's how it usually works. You have a couple of good nights, you pay for it the next night. So I don't want a big night anyway because I've got to move tomorrow. Not that it's going to be much of an effort to move, but yeah, I don't want to go. I just don't want to drink too much. So we'll just keep it sensible. Not bad, it's a little bit of a breeze. It's not too hot. It's actually quite reasonable. Well, that was okay. Went to bar number 5, did the happy hour. It was okay, nothing special. But the new girl's quite nice. She's a really nice girl, but she doesn't speak the language, so she's having a hard time. The guy next to me, was an Aussie who I'd met before, he bought quite a few, and but he gets paid in US dollars. He's in Canada, and I think he's a bit of a globalist. I didn't think he appreciated what I said about Canada, because I think it's a pretty fucked up country, to be quite frank. But he basically chatted to some guy next to him, and they ignored me after that to a large extent, not totally, but to a large extent. But that's what I expect around here. I think you get a lot of these sort of people who don't really give a crap about nationalism. They're globalist people. They make a lot of money being in different countries, offshore, and this is just a fantasy land for them because they make a stack of money. That's nice. She said hello. I don't know who she is. She said hello. Yeah, I'm just going down to the bar strip right now. That was probably Tequila Bar where I spent a bit of money. Oh no, that's here actually. No, it was there. There's so many of the damn things here. But some people just throw money around at the bars, and this guy was a classic example. He was quite happy to just splash the cash, and it makes it hard for the rest of us because these guys act like big shots and they make a fortune. They basically make a fortune. So there's quite a few classes in this country when it comes to tourism. You have your standard tourist, like myself, I guess, who doesn't have that income stream. But you go to a place like bar number 5, and you find there's a lot of guys who really are pulling in the big bucks, and they just throw the money around. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever, and either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.